he said it wasn't so much as, you know, him wanting a relationship with anybody. It was just, do I still got it?
And it's funny that you say that because I tease my husband all the time. And I would, like, if I see a woman looking at him, I would say, ooh, check out. You still got it. You know, he's like, oh, girl, stop. Stop. And for me, I find it appealing that another woman is looking at my man. Because then that tells me that he still got it.
And you got it.
And I hope that he sees it the same way as far as, you know, flipping it the other way. But, you know, it's funny that men feel as though every woman has to either be attracted to them or, you know, they have to know that, you know, I'm doing that thing.
But women are the same way. We're the same way. We like that little flirt.
I'll admit.
Gas station.
You know what? We sure do.
Yes. Ours is more emotional. That's different.
I think women solicit it more. I really do. I mean, because we take longer in.
Wait. Let's stay on the subject.
That's what.
Do I contribute to the rise or fall of okay.
That's what I'm saying. We solicit that more. If you have a problem in that relationship, you pretty much know whether or not you contributed to that. If you're, because I'm a very flirtatious woman, I can admit that. My husband knows that. But I know when I'm about to, if I'm walking in the store and I know if I'm trying to get you to say, hey, how you doing, Miss Lady, or whatever, I know what I'm doing. You know, and I think that most women know if she look at the guy a certain way, he gonna be, you know what you got.
You saying you possibly contributed to because of, you know, kind of your flirtation.
I contributed to us breaking up. I did contribute to that. Because I said, it's a wrap. I'm done.
I'm talking about bringing
the problems in the relationship.
Because you know what? Nobody breaks up overnight. Some stuff like Nene, y'all know Atlanta House of Hooter. She had made a comment that, you know, when you see somebody break up, it's not that it's just over one argument. That's a good point. It's over multiple things that happen over months, weeks, years, and it just comes to a. So, like you said it's a wrap, but I'm sure it wasn't overnight.
I contributed to mine. Well, I put it this way, I think it was a mutual thing. But I contributed to mine because of my ego. I like to be, I like attention. And my husband, okay, you know I like attention. If you're not giving it to me, guess what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to solicit that attention. So please mind you that you need to cater to me just like I cater to you.
So let me ask you. Is he giving you some attention now that y'all are back together?
Yeah.
He is?
He gave me too much.
There are men who need that attention. I have a friend that just went through a divorce. Her husband needed that attention. And it was like he themed for it. He would go and get it from wherever, whoever, and however. And it's like,
what, sexual attention or
just like women are over. It's like he stepped in the room, he want everybody to just, you know, be all about him. And it's like I try to do the opposite with my husband. I try to let him know how attractive I think he is, and I know this chick checking for you and that chick checking for you, because that's how I see it, and that's what I think everybody else sees, and I think that's all that they want, really.
Yeah, and see, that's what I was giving my husband. So I expected that same amount of attention in return. If I say, "Oh, baby, you looking real good," I expect when I get my get up on, I expect you. I don't expect for you to be like. Okay, so now when I step out the door, I know I look good, but I need to hear, ooh, you know, I like that dress on you. But and even if you get it from your girlfriends or something like that, it ain't the same. It's not the same. Right. So
especially when they see you, I do that same thing with my husband. Like say we going to church and we on our way back home from church, and then he may, wasn't anybody say you look nice today? I'm like, yeah, they did. You did.
Exactly.
You know, he's like, well, you do. I'm like, well, don't tell me at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, mascara right here, and you know, wipe off your lipstick. My husband says somebody will give me a compliment. He was like, oh God, what have you done? Because then I go, ooh, baby, you know, so and so just told me I was looking good. And he was like, oh, he said, I don't even have to compliment you. Because if somebody look at you double that, you gonna say baby. He just looked at me. You know, I do that to my husband. Like, I don't know, maybe it's a way to let him know that, you know, people still look at you. You need to be saying, look, baby, you look good. And he was like, oh, I don't even have to, honestly. But so I see what you were saying about the rise and the fall you did. You're honest enough to admit that you did contribute to the relationship kind
but
of
I intentionally.
But let's ask, because we got a few minutes, how can we as women contribute to the fall of the relationship?
The fall?
The fall of the relationship. Because, you know, we always talk about men cheating, but how do, not saying we contributed to him cheating, because that's not the only reason they break up. Money, children, not, you know.
I think that's not why my husband and I broke up. We didn't break up because he was cheating or I was cheating. We broke up because it came to a point where I knew I was going in that direction, and you need to fix this. So, and to kind of get a grasp of myself, I was like, you know what, either you gonna fix it, or we just gonna, you know, let it go.
Write that down, write that down.
What?
Do you tell your husband that there's an issue and allow him to fix it?
That's part of allowing the fall too.
Yeah, right.
Being bottled up and not communicating.
But do you think women don't communicate? I mean, I think we're the ultimate communicators. I think they are just not communicating.
It goes back to the ego thing about the post I was on the other day about the ego. You tell him some things, but then you kind of scared to say the truth.
Right.
Because even if the nicest way you say the truth, it still might hurt them. So then you can't really tell them, and then you still dealing with the issue.
But you know what? My husband told me, he was just like, you just don't care how you say it. You don't care what you say.
See, that's what I think they're just not communicating.
It goes back to the ego thing about the post I was on the other day about the ego. You tell him some things, but then you kind of scared to say the truth.
Right.
Because even if the nicest way you say the truth, it still might hurt them. So then you can't really tell them, and then you still dealing with the issue.
But you know what? My husband told me, he was just like, you just don't care how you say it. You don't care what you say.
See, that's what I
But see, I'm
my husband told me that too. But even how you said it, like maybe Earl said it, that's not a good thing.
Exactly.
He don't like that.
But he's letting you know he doesn't like that.
But the thing is, I feel like we have to be. If I cannot be honest,
it's a way though. Alicia, it's a way. I think, and we get off a little bit off topic. But I'm like you. I'm like me. I'm very vocal and I say right. But you know, I went through a divorce. Me and my husband divorced and we remarried. What I learned through that is that I was too vocal. I was too in his face. I was too, and he's not. And I had to learn he's not that type of person. Right. You know, so yeah, it's about, you know, this is who I am. But you know, we have to. We're in a marriage and we're two individual people coming together. So we have to kind of work with what we got. You know, we have to tone it down a little bit in order for them to hear what we're saying. Because my husband shut me up. He shut down.
And that's me. As soon as my tone go from okay, even sometimes this. Once I go like, well, Keith, what I'm trying to say is, it's like, bam, that's it.
And then now there's no communication.
There's nothing. Like now, I'm just talking and he's just like, this is the favorite comment. What you're saying right now is null and void. And so, you know, and I'm like, no, it's not null and void. You may not like how I'm saying it, but you hear me. You hear me. You don't like how I'm presenting.
But honestly,
you hear me.
But you
don't want to respond.
It just takes even longer for him to get
right. But you know
right. Yeah, you're right. And you're right about that.
Because me, I'm the one that comes in with the mild tone. Even though I'm very vocal about it, he gets offended because it's what I'm talking about. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to address that situation, and then his voice changes, and then I got to start sounding like a
right. But you know what? It's not about tone. I can say, "Babe, your drawers stink." You know, and say it like that, he'll be like, "Damn."
Yeah.
But I can say, "Babe, you know what? Let's try something else out."
Let's try.
Let's try.
I think it's so much about tone because I mean it could be both. It could be both because if I did say that, it's tone because. It's just different. My husband is, I cannot go to him and be like, look, I can't do that. I can't do that because he will not be mean, but he will shut me down. Like, he won't, so I had to learn. I can say the same thing, but just in a different tone, and then he receives it.
Collectively, the fall is pretty much what it's always society says. Nagging, and that we communicate.
Communication too much.
I wish the segment was a little longer because
Let's keep it on. Let's keep it on. Let's keep it on. Let's break the rules today. Let's keep it on.
We'll do that for another one, nagging. Because, yeah, that could really do that.
yeah, because what is
Just
nigga?
as my testimony, like one thing that I found, because communication is hard in a marriage. And it's like, when I seem like I can't get out what I'm trying to say or he's not hearing me, I just give it to Jesus. And for real, y'all, it's amazing. Because he'll come back and say, okay, this is where I think. And you know,
It's funny you say that because earlier giving it to Jesus. That come back. And I'll say something and he'll be like, I prayed about it.
So you can deal with it how
And
you
I'll
want
be
to
like,
deal with
what?
it.